Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to episode 99 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. The podcast we sometimes cry, we always laugh, we might get a bit ratchet, but we're forever going to break it down. Your source for all things responsible and ratchet. All right, welcome to this week's episode. I am excited because season 5 is winding down, and thus I had to do a solo episode. This is the last solo episode of season 5 of the Boonie Breakdown. So I'm excited. I'm going to answer some questions that I had sitting in my inbox, do some updates. I have one really ratchet question, which I'm really excited about because I feel like you guys haven't sent me directly a ratchet question in a very long time. So we're going to stick around for that one, okay? Let's hop right into Boonie's pick of the week. In theme for my ratchet question that I'm anticipating. I can't wait to chat about later. My pick of the week this week is just a clean drawer of tricks. You know, the drawer in your nightstand where you keep your vibrator, your condoms, all that stuff. Mine looks like a fucking hellhole, okay? As you guys know, I get some things in the mail. Companies send me things to try. And so I've accumulated a nice little collection. So I had to go through, purge some things that I don't use anymore. I'm like, you can't re-gift or give away used vibrators and shit. So you just got to throw it away. Possibly recycle it responsibly if it is enough plastic, if you recycle, okay? Save the world one dildo at a time. But I was just very thrilled to clean out my drawer. You know, you need to take inventory, not only of toys and fun things that you use, but if you're using condoms, you need to take inventory of your condoms. I had condoms in my drawer that had expired in 2018. Okay. And you know, a couple weeks ago, I was just thanking God for birth control. Had I used one of those condoms, I'd have been celebrating Mother's Day too. It was condoms expired 2018, 2017. Sometimes you need to update your lubricant. Lube expires as well. So if you have old lubricant bottles that have, crusted over, just throw those away. If you have dildos, vibrators that the plastic has cracked, that just creates room for infections, bacteria to get in there. Toss those babies too, okay? It's also my drawer. I just realized, you guys know I have 2 magic wands if you follow me on Instagram. So my friends over at True Magic Wand, they're one of my favorites. I had the old one, which I've had for years, and then they sent me the new Magic Wand Plus, which is fucking amazing. But having 2 magic wands in this drawer takes up a lot of space. So I'm trying to maneuver that one with another vibrator. And then you guys know I love Dame products as well. Their little palm, I had that. But that's so cute and tucked away. Toss that shit out too. I have a pipe in there, a little container. So yeah, I just was very excited to organize that drawer, get it cleaned out. I know everything in there is fresh. It's not expired. I just took some extra time, even though I clean my sex toys after each time I use them. You guys know a past sponsor of the podcast, UV. They have a sanitizing tool. So I took the time, cleaned everything, sanitized everything, and organized my little drawer fun. So that is what my pick of the week is. So I encourage all of you to do it too. Some of you probably have not done that in a while and you're sitting here listening like, damn, Boonie, you're right. So go ahead. That's your homework. That's your homework from Boonie. Go clean out your little drawer tricks. All right. Let's move into housekeeping. You guys really, really loved episode 98 with my mom. I did not know if how you guys were going to receive that episode with my mom. She had been dying to come on the episode, and I received one message that said, "Hey, Boonie, I love the last episode of the Boonie Breakdown. You and your mom had me cracking up. There were some real lessons and takeaways for me as a mother. Love you, sis. Kissy emoji." So I just want to thank Shaya for sending that message over. She was not the only one. I got so many messages. I mean, really, this is probably one of my most popular episodes of season 5 was the episode with my mom, which I know she'll love that. And she kept asking me, "Oh, did you get any more feedback? What are people saying about the episode?" So She loved it. Thanks for pumping Mom's head up. And thank you for enjoying the episode. If you have not listened to it, go back. It's episode 98. And it's just a little chat with my mom. Also, this is the second to last episode in season 5. Next week, episode 100. That is the final episode of season 5 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. So I know you're already thinking, when is season 6? You guys don't give me a break. But season 6 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast will drop Monday, July 15th. Okay, go ahead and mark your calendar. You can get ready, but Monday, July 15th. Also, because I had not dropped a merch code in a while, if you want to go grab your tank tops as it's starting to get warm, some tees from the Boonie Breakdown, you can head on over to thebooниebreakdown.com/shop and use the code B as in boy, C as in cactus, 15 to save 15% off orders of $15 or more. Again, that's BC 15 to save 15% off orders of $15 or more. All right, you guys know the drill now. You need to follow us on social media. I really just cannot even imagine that you're not doing this yet. And I have to keep saying it. On Instagram and Facebook, we're the Boonie Breakdown. On Twitter, just Boonie Breakdown. And when sharing this episode, use the hashtag the Boonie Breakdown, hashtag PODIN, PODIN. I try to interact. You guys also can head on over and leave us a review over on Facebook and the Purple app. Any app you listen to, that would be bomb as fuck. And you know, one of the things that I've heard that people have the hardest time in trying to tell people how to find the podcast. You're telling a friend like, oh, you should listen to this podcast. You know what you can do now? Google just made it so fucking easy. You don't even have to tell them to follow an app. You can just tell them to go to google.com, right? You can tell them, go type in the Boonie Breakdown. When you type in the Boonie Breakdown, it will scroll and you'll see like episode 98, 97. Well, we'll start with this one now, 99. You can just hit play from right there and it will automatically take you to Google Podcasts. It does not matter what type of device you're listening to. If you're on an Android, a Moto Razr, an iPhone, it does not fucking matter. If you're on your MacBook, on your PC, your Dell, whatever, if you just go to google.com, this is like a game changer, guys, because that's one of the biggest things for me in trying to get people to listen is like, what is a podcast and how do I listen to it? You don't even need to do anything now. You just go to google.com, type in the Boonie Breakdown, and you will see all of the episodes, recent episodes. You can hit play and it will take you automatically to the player to listen to it. So that's bomb. I hope that helps you too when you're telling friends about it. All right. So again, follow us on social. Share the episode using the hashtag the Boonie Breakdown, hashtag PODIN, PODIN. I just got really excited there about the google.com thing because I don't think you guys understand how hard that is, but I'm going to stop blabbing. So let's get ready to break it down. All right, guys, I just want to hop right into some of the questions that I got. I was excited to have you guys back in my inbox. It was great because so many of the questions are for Brian, and mostly for Brian. You guys send most of the questions for Brian. But to be fair, I do think I solicit the most for him, and you guys probably forget that you can send questions to me as well. So I appreciate when you guys do that too. But the first question was Boonie. I really did enjoy the episode with your mom. I thought it was so cool that you could have her on and you felt like you were speaking freely. It wasn't edited. I do have a question because you mentioned that you went to therapy. How did you broach that subject with your mom? And how was it during your therapy sessions? I feel like this is a good tool that I could do with my own parents, but I've been scared to broach this subject. Thanks for answering my question, Brianna. All right, Brianna. So therapy with my mom was pretty intense, not gonna lie. I am grateful and thankful that we did it. And I say grateful because I am grateful for the relationship that I do have with my mom. We are pretty close. And one of the things that I love about my mom is that she's always allowed me to be me. She's never tried to mold me into something else. She's never tried to force me to be who she thought I should be, who she thought society thought I should be, who she thought my grandmother thought I should be. She really nurtured me in a way that really just allowed me to develop my own voice and to just be me and be comfortable talking about dicks and pussies and all that stuff. And I've never not felt comfortable asking her about anything pretty much, which has been awesome. But it was recognizing that there was a strain on our relationship, just given our living situation. I've been candid about her living with me for a few years, and she spoke about it as well on her episode. And that strain was starting to become too much, and it was taking a toll on the relationship that we had as mother and daughter and our closeness. And so I honestly can't remember if it was recommended, if I recommended it, she recommended it, or if I demanded it. And as I'm saying that, I might have demanded it. I do think we had a tipping point and something had to be done. And if nothing was done, then the relationship might have been damaged beyond repair. I did a handful of sessions with my mom, and they were pretty intense. And I think for me, the biggest takeaway from them was learning, and I've said this before on the podcast, but truly learning that parents are people too. And parents fuck up just like other people in your life will too. And in addition to that, learning that my mom is who she is as a woman and how she became who she was as a woman. And I think sometimes we just box our parents into these boxes of that's my mother, that's my father, and this is what their role is supposed to do. But we forget that they're actually people too. And I know that sounds weird to say out loud, but we forget that they have lives too outside of being our parents. And just as they played a role in shaping us, they had a childhood, they had formative years, they had adolescent years that shaped them to be who they are, which is how, some of the things you don't understand why they do, it's because of those experiences, just like, with your life. And so that was the biggest takeaway from me, was able to see my mom in the light as a woman, not my mother. She was a woman in those sessions, and she was a woman who happened to be Boonie's mother. And so that was my biggest takeaway. So again, I can't remember which one of us, bravely said we got to go to therapy. I really don't remember which one. But I am glad we did it. It was pretty intense too, because we lived together. So after the sessions, it was like driving home together, and then coming home, and it was no time to decompress, to just absorb what just happened in our session. It was just immediately you're tossed back into real life. And so I think if you don't have that situation, it might make it a little easier. Yeah, but I recommend it. I know family therapy probably is a hard topic, because especially and I'm going to make an assumption that you're Black only because most of my audience is Black. But I know in the Black community, there is that, stigma around seeking therapy and seeking mental health options, for you to kind of work through the issues that you're dealing with in life. And I feel like, if you go with compassion and you go with not making it accusatory, saying you did XYZ and this is why we need to go to therapy, mom, I think it'll go over well. And hopefully, maybe what I did was I went to my mom's therapist versus her coming to my therapist. And so maybe you do that, or maybe you guys find a therapist together. So it's not like, they might feel ganged up on because they're going to your therapist. So I feel like there are ways around it. I thank you for the question. It's thoughtful. And I hope that you are able to get the help that you want. with your family, and your family's receptive to when you bring it up. But I think it was definitely super helpful, and I am glad that my mom and I did it. So the next question I got in my inbox was, Boonie, when are the tickets for the live show for Philly dropping? I'm ready. That was a DM. I'm not going to call the person out, but tickets for Boonie Live Philadelphia launched last Friday. So again, this is why you should follow. You just follow me everywhere, because you never know where I'm going to drop shit. It could be on Instagram. It could be on Facebook. It could be in my newsletter. So you should head on over to theboonieBreakdown.com and sign up for the newsletter. You should follow over on Instagram. So that's where I made the announcement they were dropping. You should also follow me on Eventbrite, because if you follow me on Eventbrite, you get a notification when a new event is posted. And so bam, you could have got your tickets. So yes, Boonie Live, Philadelphia, Saturday, August 10th. I'm excited. We're at the Philly Improv Theater in Center City. Tickets are out there. They're live. We're ready to get lit. We're ready to get ratchet. Firming up details on the guest. But y'all can go ahead and start copying them tickets. No delay. I'm excited about Philadelphia. It is my first live show outside of Baltimore. So this is exciting. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I took some email addresses. There is a consortium of people in the Baltimore, DC, Northern Virginia area who were really excited about the Philadelphia show, but don't particularly want to drive. So I am going to offer, potentially based off the feedback from Instagram, I only need 5 more people. If I get 5 more people who say that they would like to take a party bus up from the Baltimore DC area, it'll probably be in Baltimore, just letting y'all know. But from this area up to Philadelphia for the live show on Saturday, August 10th, shoot me an email over to theboonieBreakdown@gmail.com. Again, that's theboonieBreakdown@gmail.com. Just put the subject party bus and just let me know if you're in. I need 5 more people to make this happen. If I get 5 people, then it'll be a little party bus, and I'll have to get a little something special for the people who go on road trip up to the Philly show. We popping. Also, Boonie Live Baltimore, Saturday, June 29th. Those tickets are selling too. They're all on Eventbrite. You can head on over to theboonieBreakdown.com/live, LIVE, to grab your tickets to either show. Those are the 2 that are live right now. Atlanta, I've not forgotten about you. I'm going to have to work out the details. You know, it's difficult when you're not in the city to like find a venue and make that work. And I'm no baller that I can just keep flying down to Atlanta to find venue. You know what I mean? So I'm working it out. But Atlanta, I will say it will probably be September for your show. So let you know. Probably I'm gonna aim for late September, 21st or 28th will probably be the Atlanta show. But as soon as I have those details, of course you guys are gonna get them, because I need y'all to show up. So those are all the live show dates. I don't plan on doing any more live shows this year. That's the plan. But if an offer or something comes together, we'll see. But those will be the 3 live show. Well, let me not say this year, because I said that last time, and y'all made me do one in November. But I don't know how that'll work with doing 3 this summer. If I would pull off another one, I don't know. It just might be some of my other fun events, like I do, like the Turk class, yoga class, or something like that. But I don't know about particularly live shows happening again later this year. All right, next question. And this one's my ratchet one. This is the one I've been waiting for, and I'm appreciative they asked not for their name to be said for this question. But I want to thank this person, because I really thought long and hard about this question. No pun intended. All right, Boonie, I've listened to your podcast now for at least the last year. And I've been curious, because when Sheikah and Chrissy are on, you guys have good girlfriend talks. I love listening to you guys. It's like I'm sitting in the room. But Boonie, I have a question for you. What exactly is good dick? I feel like I've never had good dick. And when I listen to you girls talk on the podcast, I feel like I'm missing out. So Boonie, please help me. Explain what makes a dick good. So yeah, like I said, I thought long and hard about this question. I'm not going to say the person's name. I don't know them personally, but I met them at one of my live shows, which was awesome to meet them because we communicate a lot via DM. And I really thought long and hard about this one. I keep saying it. And I wish you guys could see the way my mouth is being shaped as I'm saying long and hard. I think it's a few things, but for me, what is a good metric of good dick for me is after the escapade. And it could be months, weeks, days, years afterwards. If I say the person's name or think about a rendezvous we had and my pussy jumps, that's good dick. That meets my qualifying standards for good dick. Now, I was going to save, I am going to do this episode in season 6, and I don't want to give away too much of it right now, but I want to do an episode pretty much of dick superlatives. And I'm trying to figure out a way I can do this while being respectful to Boo. I don't even know if I can do it with being respectful to Boo, but it's in my mind as something to do. And so I thought about that as I was answering your question. And so for me, I think the first thing for good dick, the dick itself. Is it heavy? Like, does it literally have weight to it? Because some dicks have no weight. They just feel, they feel like something. But some dicks just really they're weighty. Like, you put them in your hand and your hand drop because you're like, whoo, some weight to the dick. The length, if you like long penises, some people might say that's big penis. Depends. Some people might think girth is the measure of a big penis. So length, the girth, the way it looks. Personally, me, myself, and I like a good veiny dick. Especially one if you're holding the dick in your hand and your hand is at the base of the dick and it's a thick vein that runs up the top of the dick. That's something I enjoy. The tip, the shaft, is it a pretty dick? Does it photograph well? Do you want to take a picture of it? Yeah, I think those are the things. Some women might just like a lengthy dick. Some want length and girth. Some might just want a girthy dick. So I just think the dick itself is one way that we can qualify what a good dick is. The next thing, everybody talk about, it's been the craze on Twitter and social media, big dick energy. I've had people where the penis itself was nothing to write a book about, but the energy that they had about themselves was just like, oh, I'm gonna wear that ass out. And that's what they did. Like, they were able to make it work. The power and the magnetism of the personality coming through their dick, to me, is the dick energy. And so, I think we've classified it as big dick energy, but I think sometimes some men just got dick energy. Like, I know what the fuck I'm going to do. And you can feel it just looking at me. Right? So that's another qualifier you might want to think. Sometimes good dick just might simply come down to a deep dick stroke. They got a good rhythm. It's going to fill you up, especially, look, I'm getting tongue tied because I just thought about one person in particular. If you have somebody who has a nice heavy dick that has a good dick stroke, good God almighty, then that's good dick to me. If it's heavy and the stroke game is on top, I'm gonna linger there for a little bit. I'm just gonna let that marinate. Sometimes I also think if somebody has the stroke and the energy to match the heaviness of a penis, and they can ultimately make you climax, and make you climax every time you do it, then that's good dick too. I mean, I just think it's so many variables, so many qualifiers to what good dick can be. I don't think there's one specific thing or checklist to have a good dick. Now, I do think there is a checklist for, but it depends on some people. I do think for me, I have a checklist of what a gorgeous dick looks like. Some dicks are just fucking gorgeous. And I've been blessed to have, a few that I thought were fucking gorgeous ass dicks. And so for me, that is a checklist. Like I said, veiny, girthy, it's heavy. All of those things do apply. And I think for me too, when I think about some of the good dick I had, it was like Cinderella in the glass slipper. Like when he slid inside of me, it was the perfect motherfucking fit. And the energy that was vibrating through him. Oh God, look, I'm having a flashback right now in real time. That is probably stellar dick. It is beyond good dick, and it'll have you fucked up sometimes. You got to be careful with some good dick. It'll have you fucked up. That one had me out here looking stupid, and I actually gave up dick for a year after I had that dick. So I just think, you really have to think about it for you. Like, what is good dick to you? Maybe is it you haven't played with enough dicks? Because sometimes you just need the experience. I don't think that makes you a hoe, but you need to determine what do you have. Like, have you ever had good dick? And I also think too, this goes back to the women. Like, I think, a lot when you're leading up to sexual escapades with new partners, right? Sometimes we play in this shit where people got to talk shit on their dick, on their sex game, and sometimes they cannot deliver, right? Okay. And so they talked all this shit, and when it comes down to it, it's not womp womp, but it wasn't all that shit they talked either. And I feel like as I've gotten older, I have stopped telling men the shit was good when it wasn't. Or overpraising it when it was just okay. Like it was just sex. It wasn't mind blowing. It did what it was supposed to do, but it wasn't, yeah, it just wasn't anything to make me quiver about months, years later. And so I feel like if we all took onus in being honest in our sexual escapades, that would help people along the way. And so for me, I have no problem speaking up and saying, nope, that might have worked for the last bitch, but in order to get me off, you got to do this, or stop doing that because I don't like it. And I think you also just have to speak up, and that can maybe help your escapades a little bit better. But I'm not sure if any of those things qualify for you as good dick. They hit some marks like, oh yeah, I did do that. But girlfriend, I hope you get some good dick, because I had dick one time so good that I knew I should have broke up with them, but I didn't. I knew I should have cut it off, but I didn't. And that's how good the dick was. And the dick is so good that if I saw them again, I could be at fucking Wegmans and run into this nigga. I'm gonna fuck. That's good dick. All right. Next question. Okay, for real. The next question was very succinct. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. Before I read it, there is no context. This is all I received. So in answering it, I just feel like, because I'm lacking context, what do I say? Okay. So Boonie, would you break up with a guy who couldn't get his dick up? That was the question. 24-year-old me would have been like, yeah, bye, nigga. But as a mature 34-year-old, I feel like I need more context to this question, which lets me know that I've matured. Sex is very important to me. But if we go back and revisit episode 91, I believe, with Vanessa of Vagesteem, we kind of have this conversation. And if a man, depending on his age, if a man cannot get an erection, or stay erect during intercourse, it could be a signal of something else is wrong, right? It could be some mental things, mental blocks that could be worked out with therapy. But there could be a serious health issue, diabetes, some other things that they might not be already aware of that is happening in their body. Okay. So I feel like if they could at some point do that and now they cannot get an erection, that there should be a conversation not about breaking up, but a conversation about, hey babe, I think, I love when we get to have sex and we connect on this physical level, and I really miss that. And I'm just concerned that it could be something else going on. And I just really would like you to go to the doctor to make sure just everything is okay. Okay, right? So I think it's a way you can do it without bruising the ego. But saying I care, like I want to fuck you, and in order to do that, we gotta get some things fixed, right? But I will be honest and say, probably younger me would have been like, "Fuck out of here," and no, I'm not dealing with that. And in fact, I believe I actually did do that before. But now, being older, knowing nuances, yeah, and I think Vanessa in episode 91 from Vagesteem, she just really did some really great tips that like this just could be a sign. It could be heart disease. It could be something else. And because men are how they are and who they are, and because they have a physical bodily function that is required in order to do sexual intercourse with the penis and the vagina, that it kind of already makes them feel less than or something's wrong with them because they cannot XYZ. And so I just feel like we've learned all these things. We've heard these things from Vanessa and other news sources that it could be some grace. Now, for me, the breakup now as a 34-year-old is if these issues are happening, I say these things to you, I'm willing to, stick it out while you go get help. You're going to go to the doctor and you're putting in the willingness to get this fixed because you want to restore our sexual relationship. Then I can stand by for that. If you're just like, no, nothing's wrong with me, but your dick's not getting hard while we trying to fuck, then I have a problem with that. And if it continues, then I'm probably going to walk away because you're not showing any need or desire to want to fix things and make things better. And so how can you stick around for something like that? So without context of your issue, and I don't know if it was an issue you had or you were just curious what the fuck I was going to do. But that is my answer to that. So yes, I was excited for all the penis questions. It had been quite some time since I've been able to get ratchet and just solo with you guys. So yay for the ratchet penis questions. Again, that is it for the questions I had in my inbox. We're going to wrap up this solo episode. I do just want to say again, I am looking forward to seeing all of you guys, as many of you as possible who can come to the live shows. If you've come before, you know what to expect. If you've never been to a live show, get ready. We just have a really good ass, fun ass, ratchet ass time. All right. Bring a friend. You guys know I always try to give you, a free drink on Boonie. We make that work. We have some giveaways. It's just going to be popping. So again, head on over to theboonieBreakdown.com/live, LIVE, to grab your tickets for Baltimore and Philadelphia. Again, if you are in the Baltimore, DC area, interested in the party bus up to the Philadelphia show, please send me an email to theboonieBreakdown@gmail.com. I need about 5 more people to make this happen. So if you are interested in that, send that email. And Atlanta, my folks down south, just get ready. I'm going to start working on the details for the Atlanta show. Probably in September of 2019 is when your show will be. Okay. So we're excited for these live shows. So this is episode 99. So one more episode left in season 5. Next week is our 100th episode. I can't believe it. It's amazing. I'm excited for that episode. I think you guys are going to love that episode. It'll be the perfect closer to season 5 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. So again, thank you for rocking with me for this solo episode. And if you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or any app that you listen to your favorite podcasts on. And remember, you don't even need an app. You can just go to google.com and type in the Boonie Breakdown, and you will get access to every episode right there. Don't forget to leave a review too. You might just hear a review on the next episode. Hit those 5 stars, okay? Follow us on social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. I don't make those pretty images for nothing, okay? Have a dope ass week. Really dope ass week, guys. Thank you for listening. And remember, the ratchet in me always honors the motherfucking ratchet in you. Homaste. Until next time.